I have been with my girlfriend, 27, for 5 years. She loves her sister a ton, which is a good thing, as I believe supporting and helping your siblings, as long as it doesn't ruin your own life. You will understand why I say this later on. We just put down a mortgage on a house in the suburbs of a large city. I, 28 male, work in tech as a software developer with a master's degree in computer science. I make quite a lot of money, so money issue never arose. Girlfriend doesn't work and does chores, cooking in the house. Both agreed on this. I was gonna propose to my girlfriend next year, but a problem arose about 2 years ago. For the last 2 years, probably longer, girlfriend has been sending money to her younger sister. Let's call her Emily. Emily got pregnant at 20 years old. Emily works as a waitress. The father is bouncing from job to job. Emily says he is very lazy. He would disappear for hours at a time without telling Emily where he's going or what he's doing. Emily has asked my girlfriend on several occasions for money. My girlfriend, being the nice and sweet person she is, says yes all the time. It started off as paying for diapers, no problem. Then baby clothes, which also no problem. Then daycare, which I just brushed off. I talked with girlfriend, saying we can't always pay for everything and that helping out for a couple of things is okay, but not everything. Girlfriend reassured me and said that it will stop soon once they get on their feet, picked up, which is fine. One day, I hired a financial planner. The next day, I got an email saying my account has sent approximately $50,000 for the last 10 months and have around 20,000 sitting in my account. I talked to my girlfriend and she apologized and said she knew I wouldn't want to keep sending her sister money and how she just cared about her sister. We have been paying everything: insurance, rent, car payment, daycare, clothing for all three, dinner, dates, going out expenses. It is partly my fault because I never checked my bank account. Girlfriend showed me text messages between her and Emily saying she needs the money. I noticed a pattern where Emily would say, "Hey, can you send me money? I don't have money for blah blah blah." And of course, girlfriend says yes. I brush it off and girlfriend said she won't send any more. The next day, girlfriend sends her $1,000 because they needed car repairs. I talked with girlfriend and we got into an argument where she said she will always help her sister no matter what. I understand to an extent. We argue, trying to understand each other's point of view. As stated, before we had $20,000. Now we're down to $19,000. And then, how about the next time? And the next time after that? On top of our own expenses. Girlfriend then decided that she needed some time alone and that she would be at her mother's for the time being. Now I'm alone in the house I thought I would live with the girl of my dreams. Edit. Thank you everyone for the support. I never thought that my situation would blow up to thousands of people. I will try to answer some questions as best. I make around $150,000 a year as a lead software developer. As someone who has no kids, dogs, or any major responsibilities besides myself and a girlfriend, I never check my account. She comes from a cultural family where family is everything and money is just paper. She texted me earlier saying how it should always be family first and that money didn't mean anything without family and how we should help close family like siblings in their time of need. At this point, I told her I needed time to myself and told her not to come back until I'm ready to talk. I apologize if my sentences aren't making sense, as Whiskey is my only friend right now. I also forgot to mention we started dating before all this money came into play, so I trusted her. Another edit. I'm saddened by the betrayal that the money will come back, but time will never come back. 5 whole years, my proposal plan, my life plan, my future kids I dreamt about with her, just gone. All the things we've said to each other, all the late night wine drunk we spent, all the dates, all the flowers I gave her. I really tried with all my power to be the best man she can have. I would have trusted her with my life. And what do I get back? $50,000. Gone. Final update. She's now my ex. We met at a local coffee shop and I told her that things won't work out for us. And she went absolutely ballistic. She caused a scene, begging me to not end it. It did hurt me to see her like this. But after a couple of weeks to give it some thoughts, I would not want a wife who is a liar and one I couldn't trust financially. I left the $100 bills on the table and left, but she followed me down to my car. She begged and told me she wouldn't send any more money to her sister and how she would do anything for us to be together. It was hard, but I stayed strong. She picked up her belongings the other day, and I almost had to call the cops because she wouldn't leave. She first tried everything from extra favors, begging, crying, then it turns to screaming that I ruined her life, to even saying without her, I wouldn't have gotten to where I am now because of her support. I stayed strong, and when she left, I just broke down sobbing. For those wondering, I'm not going to press charges because all I want is for her to leave me alone. I don't want anything to do with her. I don't ever want to see her face again. The money will come back, as it's just me, a house, and 2 paid-off cars. It does get lonely, so I am thinking of getting a puppy, a Doberman for those wondering. Thank you everyone for all the suggestions, and a lot of you really had me thinking about my decisions, and I definitely learned a lot of valuable lessons. Goodbye and thank you. Now here's my reaction. If she came from a family where money is just paper, then I assume that they have money in abundance and wouldn't need your money. So why was she wasting your money? Then lying about it and shaming you when you ask questions. You said that she texted you saying family comes first, then money. The translation to this is her family comes first, before you. Look, I'm not saying that you shouldn't support family members in need. All I'm saying that is before you spend a man's money, especially when you're unemployed, I think it would be nice to let him know about it. Otherwise, there wouldn't be trust in that relationship. Now let's go over to story 2. I am 28 male, and my girlfriend, 26 female, of 3 years, have been planning on moving in with each other in a little under 2 months. She told her landlord she wouldn't be renewing, and they already found a new tenant to sign a lease to. We have been looking for an apartment and have a few we are heavily considering. Well, recently, her little sister, 17 years, have been having issues with her stepdad. To my knowledge, no abuse, just don't get along and fight a lot. And she has asked to stay with us for the rest of the last year of high school. My girlfriend has always been a little motherly towards her sister because of the significant age gap and wants to let her stay with us. I, however, don't want us moving in together to also include her sister. I really don't want to live with the 17-year-old in general, but especially as I would acclimate to living with a partner for the first time. There is also the money issue. We have been looking at 2 beds since we both work from home pretty often, and we were going to have one room be the office guest room. I make more than twice as much as my girlfriend, so I was willing to pay a bigger share of rent, to be fair, and I would probably use the room as an office a little over half the time to make it fair for me. But if she stayed with us, I wouldn't have an office, or we would need a 3-bed, which would be even more expensive. I could technically afford to spend more, but I don't want to. She cannot spend more than what she's already committing to. Her parents are pretty poor, so getting support from them feels unlikely. This is causing a lot of conflict, because now I am wanting to either just renew my lease and wait another year, or tell her sister sorry. My girlfriend says I'm not being supportive and abandoning her family. It's causing a huge conflict, and I don't know what to do. Albeit, I don't want to live with a teenager. Money is a big part of it for me, but not the whole thing. She's not my kid. She's not homeless. Everything she said about the stepdad seemed like normal teenage drama with parents. I just don't see how that should be my or her responsibility. I asked if he was abusive, and she just said, no, but he's just an a-hole, and I feel like she can just learn to get along with him. I have met both of them, and the sister can be very dramatic. The stepdad, I will admit, I don't know super well, but he just seemed like a normal hard-working guy. The thing is, I don't think she needs to stay with us. I think she can just learn to be civil with her stepdad. I am hesitant to bring up the timeline thing because I don't want her staying with us at all. Even if it's guaranteed she will move out after high school. I have my own place now that I like, but it's too small for 2 people with us, especially working from home. Moving in was just a natural step. After 3 years, I wouldn't be dating her if I don't see marriage potential, but I wouldn't get married without living together. This has been our first real fight in 2 years. We normally have a good relationship, but I am afraid this may become a deal breaker. I'll be fine extending my lease, but she's in a tough position. She was living in a studio. She can't afford a 2-bedroom. I am totally open to extending my lease by 1 year, and her getting a 2-bedroom with her sister and doing another year not cohabitating. That doesn't appear financially feasible for her, though she was just living in a studio. She definitely can't afford a two-bedroom. Reader comment. So she's expecting you to provide financially for her sister. That's not fair and not what you want, especially when her sister could stay where she is. She isn't homeless. Lay your cards on the table and renew your lease. Good luck. Original poster. She hasn't proposed that. I think she knows that will not go over well. I don't think she sees it as me supporting her in a shared apartment, like it would be if I just straight up gave her money for a place I don't live in. But it's the same thing. My friends that I talk to say I should tell her that I'm going to resign, and if we break up, we break up. I would rather not, but I don't know if there's any other alternative that doesn't lead to me resenting her or her resenting me. Reader comments. The rough spot here is you already lost her apartment, so if you don't move in together, this is a huge problem on her end. But if there isn't abuse, I am not seeing why this is such a must for your girlfriend. I'm with you. I wouldn't want to move in with my partner and have one of their other relatives as part of the deal. Original poster. This is why there's such an urgency. My friend is telling me I need to find out ASAP. Basically, if we can continue this relationship so I can give her as much notice as possible to find a place for herself. I would rather not break up, but if it happens, that's life. We're both young and no kids, so we will recover. Again, I don't want that, but I'm realizing it's a real possibility. It all just feels so unnecessary though. She has a place to stay. Update 2. 2 days later, I got a lot of DMs asking for updates. So here it goes. I made this post Tuesday, and that night, I met with my now ex-girlfriend and laid out why I'm not comfortable with living with her sister. She tried to change my mind, first in a debate style. Then I told her that it wasn't something I was going to change my mind about. It was a hard deal breaker, and if she can't accept it, I would not be moving in with her. She then started getting more confrontational, which is when I told her I don't think our relationship can proceed. Immediately, she got regretful and told me not to be so drastic. I told her I needed some space and went home. Wednesday, I asked for more space again, and then last night, we met up and I officially broke up with her. I don't want to talk badly about her, but I realized we just weren't as aligned as I thought we were, and the way she disregarded my opinion and comfort felt extremely disrespectful. She called me a bunch of times after I left her last night, and I blocked her number this morning. I'm going to keep it blocked so I can get some peace for a while. Maybe in a few days, I will unblock and see if she can have a civil conversation for closure, if she wants that. But my mind is made up. Breakup sucks, and I know it will take some time to get over her, but I'm looking forward to the next stage of my life. Update. She made it clear that my comfort, where I live, doesn't matter, and she tried to steamroll me into an unilateral decision that I would be financially responsible for. The question originally was a lot, but okay for her to ask. The insistence and disregard for my feeling was a deal breaker. She's not a bad person, but she wasn't respectful of me. I have thought about it a lot and discussed it with people close to me. It sucks, but it's the right move. Fortunately, I am still young and there is no kids involved. I have a lot going for me, a good job, and a great network of friends. I am confident when I'm ready to get back out there, I will do just fine. Reader comment. Anytime you have regrets, just remember that if you have agreed to live with a sister, you would never be able to walk around in your underwear in your own home. Original poster. I know it sounds dumb, but this is one of many reasons why I don't want to live with her. Money was a huge part, but also, I want to be comfortable in my own home. Also, us moving in together was a huge step. To add a dramatic teenager would have made things much worse. I was okay paying 2/3 of the expenses when it was just us two, but to pay that much, or significantly more, if we got a 3-bed, which we likely would have need to not be comfortable in my home just wasn't going to happen. I told her we can put living together off a year and she can get a place with her sister if she really wants to get her out of her house. That was not good enough for her, and she then just wouldn't relent and called me selfish. That's when I knew I was done with the relationship. She tried to take things back, but it became clear how she felt. I am honestly looking forward to being single again. Not to sound arrogant, but I'm a good-looking guy, and I have a great job. I look forward to playing the field until meeting someone else with better respect for boundaries. Reader comment. Glad you have a clear picture of what married life would be like early on. Original poster. This is what my best friend was telling me. He told me, try and talk it out and tell her how you feel. If she wouldn't respect that, think about what you think being with her the rest of your life would be like. When he told me that, I was hoping she would respect my wish when I laid them out very carefully and detailed, but she didn't, and his advice was in the back of my head. It sucks, but I know I made the right decision. Thank you for watching till the end of this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Please hit the thumbs up button so the algorithm will promote my videos. Thank you very much and have